Hook, what if spring makeup isn't about chasing fads, but about evolving your vibe with 3 simple moves that actually feel personal and wearable? Today we're tearing into 3 breezy trends you can actually try this season, and I'm breaking down why they work, where they came from, and how to make them your own. Context setup: the runway has been all maximalist drama lately, but real-life beauty is swinging towards something more approachable. We've got blue eyeshadow making a comeback in a softer, more usable form, muted blush that layers into your skin like a warm breath of color, and a perfume classic with a modern twist, a buffed red lip that reads polished but not shouty. I'll share practical tips, plus my own takes on how to tailor these to different skin tones, ages, and moods. Main breakdown. Idea 1: Blue eyeshadow as a wearable statement. Commentary: personally, I think blue is underrated because it's been boxed into funny or festival territory. In truth, blue can brighten brown eyes, add dimension to any eye look, and read youthful without trying too hard. What makes this really interesting is how the shade choice changes the entire mood. Icy blues feel cool and editorial, while deeper teals read sophisticated and unexpected. From my perspective, the key is in saturation. It's choosing a tone that makes you feel joyful and confident. For applicability, start with a small brush to map where you want the color, then blend toward the brow bone and finish with a light mascara to keep the lashes defined rather than overwhelmed. This ties into a bigger trend of personalized color stories rather than one-size-fits-all palettes. People often misunderstand blue as loud. The real trick is restraint and contrast, letting the blue dictate the pace of the rest of the face. Idea 2: Muted blush as a mood-forward staple. Commentary: what many people don't realize is that blush isn't just a rosy accessory, it's tonal weather for a complexion. Muted, pastel draping from the apples toward the temples creates a sculpted, cohesive vibe when paired with a luminous base. In my opinion, this trend signals a shift away from high-contrast pinks towards skin-like warmth that reads healthy rather than made up. A detail I find fascinating is how this muted approach can adapt across seasons: spring softness, summer sun-kissed, autumnal glow. The practical takeaway: blend low, layer gradually, and keep the lips and eyes in harmony with the same soft warmth. It implies makeup is becoming a daily, skin-friendly ritual rather than a chance to shout a shade from the rooftops. Misconceptions? People assume muted equals boring. The reality is that muted tones offer nuance and longevity across lighting and occasions. Idea 3: Buffed red lip, a modern, forgiving classic. Commentary: the buffed red lip is a sly rebellion against perfect lines lip looks. The idea is to outline, then blur, and press the color in with a finger for a lived-in, glassy finish. In my view, this is the sweet spot between polished and approachable. You get that classic red confidence with less contrived precision. What makes this noteworthy is its adaptability. You can go as sheer or as bold as you like by adjusting the buff and the lip product texture. From my perspective, the buff technique challenges the notion that red lips require tight lining and a flawless edge. It invites imperfection as a style choice. Connecting to broader trends, this mirrors a bigger move toward wearable glamour where the most memorable looks feel a little human, not flawless in a photo studio. People sometimes overthink the product choice. The key is to use a slightly creamy formula, line subtly, then buff, blot, and reapply for depth. Deeper insight: these 3 moves aren't separate fads, they map to a larger beauty trajectory: personalized, skin-friendly glam that blends color with the wearer's natural undertone and routine. The blue story, the muted blush, and the buffed lip each reveal a philosophy: makeup should amplify how you feel in real life, not just photograph well. If you step back and think about it, the message is simple: fewer rules, more room to play. The biggest implication is accessibility: techniques that work on camera, but still feel like you could wear them to brunch or a video call without a full kit. A nuance to watch: as brands push softer color stories, there's room for experimentation with texture, finish, and layering. You're not locked into a single look for months. Closing thought: spring is a chance to reframe how makeup serves you. It's less about chasing a trend and more about crafting a personal habit that fits your life. So I'll leave you with a question: which of these 3 ideas would you try first, and how would you adapt it to your everyday routine? Share your plan in the comments, and tell me what you want me to break down next, whether it's a color, a technique, or a specific product category. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing for more creator-style breakdowns, where I pull trends apart and give you real-world tips you can use this week. And for a quick reference, I've linked the original trend sources in the description so you can see the spark that kicked off these ideas. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.